herd. I'm Laura Gothix, your hostess. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Well, this has been another week for the record books when it comes to the convergence of media hype and real life, and not a real nice week either. I know that I don't have to repeat myself or anyone else about why this week has been hell, but I pretty much know the reason why things feel like hell right now. My opening scene should have told you that. Anyway, this week's video is actually going to be a kind of tribute and a shout out to the alternative media people or indie commentators like myself that are average and normal everyday people that can and have actually successfully disproved, debunked, and obliterated the cable and satellite news outlets. And they do this from their kitchen tables, garages, basements, and even their own cars by just simply doing a little bit of research. Like me, these folks seem to be able to spot a lie from a mile away, and every one of them think for themselves and advise their followers to do the same. As one of the highest advocates of free expression, free thought, and free speech, I advise you to do the same as well. But don't get me distracted. I also noticed that their life experiences have contributed to the way that they think now, and the way that they want their lives to be, and mostly by being in America, they have succeeded there as well. This list is going to include my very favorites, or at least the ones I find myself listening to the most, or looking for the most, and they're not in any order, some of which I've actually spoken to personally. But, real quick, before I start my list, please make sure that you support my work by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. A donation would be the ultimate, and you will receive a unique gift for your donations of my work. All my links are below. Click on some of them, will ya? Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my posts. I'm also posting videos and soon-to-be exclusive videos to other platforms, as I'm sure that even I will be excluded from YouTube eventually. Just like most of my favorites that I literally have to keep on a personal list on my browser to find and listen to them. But that's for another video. Just click on and follow some of the links that I have below. Right now, I'm mostly on Rumble, and I'm working out the kinks on BitChute. Just remember, there once was a popular site named MySpace. Now, back to my tribute. I'm going to start my shoutouts with Gothix. She's a newcomer to the commentary world, as I myself am. She's a gamer turned commentator and a beautiful young lady, both inside and out, from what I can see. She actually smiles a lot for a goth person, but I still see the 80s version of goth, so I'm not going to judge there. I have no idea how that progressed. I wasn't a goth, and I'm not a goth now, as you can see. But I'll let her tell you about herself.
Hi, my name is Gothix. I've been creating content since 2018 and got my start on Twitch.tv. I built my brand from the ground up and had no problems achieving significant growth because I focused on three things: consistency, experimenting, and tunnel vision, which basically means I don't worry about what other creators are doing because the focus is always on my craft. I believe a healthy mindset allows you to self-reflect and improve. As long as you are a good person, I don't give a fuck what you do. Personally, I just don't care. I feel like my experiences could add to a bigger conversation. I sacrifice myself to the wolves by publicizing my political choice in the hopes that I can help bridge a gap between what the public perceives Trump voters to be versus what Trump voters actually are. And I don't consider myself an activist by any means. I'm just a chick that's honestly fed up with identity politics. I don't regret going public with my choice because it taught me to really own who I am and be comfortable making decisions that are best for me. I know a lot of you guys are probably going through the same thing, especially if you walked away this year, but I am here to tell you that it gets better. Trust me, it gets better. Surround yourself with those who are willing to keep an open mind, and you'll be just fine.
I actually had the privilege of speaking personally to Gothix. She's a very sweet person. I like her personality, but I also like the way she thinks and the way she actually thinks and does for herself and anybody else whatever. I totally suggest that you go check her out and interact with her. She does enjoy talking to people, and she does open her phone line up occasionally. She talks with folks, and especially if you're a younger person, you need to go and check out Gothix. I think you'll like her a lot. Make sure you tell her that Laura the Goddess sent you. Next up is one of my first discoveries that I started listening to when I started listening to media again and started looking for alternative media. His name is Mark Dice. My nickname for him is Mr. Bouncy. I usually see his videos first thing in the morning. This was one of his taglines, and he actually pulled them off pretty well.
Oh wait, what's this? Oh wait, what's this? Oh wait, what's this? It's the oh wait, what's this shirt.
Unfortunately, being with the news and the ideas that are being presented to us lately, there's actually no parody anymore. So he rarely uses that line anymore. I guess it's because reporting the news as it is written can get a person banned, just like reporting fake news. Hey, wait.
Not to brag or anything, but I'm just a guy on a laptop in my kitchen.
And because of that, he turned out to be one of the inspirations for this channel as well.
We're in the Twilight Zone.
Next, we move on to another newcomer to my watching library, and that is the Salty Cracker.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the re-stream.
I have no idea what his real name is, but to me, although he's pretty blue with his language, he's blunt, he is out there, and he is red-pilled big time. I wonder what California royalty has done to him. He's actually able to take news articles and literally rip them apart just by turning the situations over and realizing the language that they use and the framing that they use is ridiculous.
And holy balls, holy balls, holy balls. You can't make this shit up.
He has been somewhat banned from YouTube. I think he had like a 3-week restriction, and all of his videos came down. But you can find his live feeds and stuff on other platforms. He says he's working on with some of them and their new live streaming networks. However, no matter whose streams or videos I watch, the Salty Army eventually shows up in their comments. I hope they do that for me someday, because it's how I discovered quite a few folks that I like to listen to and that can dissect the fake news from their kitchens, garage, basement, car. In fact, while I was conversing with Gothix on one of her live feeds, I saw folks from the Salty Army commenting live on a Monday afternoon. I'll post links to find all the people that I cover in this video. Anyway, back to Salty. Other than being cute, smart, and red-pilled big time, he's someone you'll have to watch to actually believe. Warning though, he is probably not for everyone. Make sure you don't get easily triggered by curse words or his inability to be PC before clicking into his little acre of the internet. He is blunt and he doesn't care what anybody thinks. To me, his combination of profanity and baby talk, or even cutesy talk, I mean...
Are you super duper sure you want to do this? Super duper for cereals out there? Who white supreme pizzas?
It's quite charming. And in the meantime...
Well, that's our job. We'll come out here. We'll disrupt and upend the narrative. Listen, I am not for red flag laws at all. Full stop. This is from a dickhead in a fucking toy room telling you this.
Even though I saw him after I started this channel, he continues to inspire me to continue this channel.
Y'all need help. I mean that sincerely. Y'all need help. And make way, because the salt must flow.
And of course, I found Salty through the next person that I'm going to highlight, as the Salty Army infiltrated the live chats here too. I also know that a lot of my subs here found me from this next person as well, which I appreciate you being here. Does this sound ring a bell? He claims to have gotten that stinger from some of the free music that they offer here on YouTube. How cool was that lucky break? You know when you hear that sound, though, that it's time for some truth from a true American. Now, I don't always agree with him, and I love the fact that he won't back down or allow himself to be talked over or walked over when in a disagreement. But I don't see many people calling him to disagree with him. Troll him, maybe, but so far he hasn't been beat in a factual debate. Not that I've seen, anyway. He has his facts, and he knows his stuff. As you all probably know, I've also spoken personally with ABL. In fact, I have a few videos on my channel showing you as much. It's especially cool when you can make him laugh, which I think I've done at least once. As you all probably well know, that he is another one of those that you just have to watch to believe, and to get the full effect. Between his hand motions.
After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what was said there, then I'll give you the rest of my 2 cents, my deep detail analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top.
And his affectations and the way that he is.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan. I digress, but I keep saying sir, sir, sir. That's what's going on, in my opinion. Because, okay, the elephant in the room for me, just for me personally, not sure about anyone else out there, but the elephant in the room for me is
very stoic, in my opinion. You just have to watch him to get the full effect. He also has an uncanny ability to be funny without trying, and without looking like he's trying. It just comes natural. It's hilarious. You have to watch him. He's also one of the nicest guys on the internet, no matter if you agree or disagree with him, and he blows off the trolls and the haters. They actually do bring up the numbers, so yeah, haters, go right ahead and eat yourselves alive while I get rich from your clicks and nasty comments. Keyboard warriors, unite! You must realize that none of us gain any of our self-esteem or validation from anyone but ourselves, right? I think that's why I'm attracted to and I like listening to the folks that I'm highlighting today. They don't depend on anyone else for their validation, and that's powerful. Because I actually wasn't always this happy and animated myself. But that might be a topic for a different video, and don't get me distracted.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
My next favorite is Jericho Green.
Good damn morning, Americans. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Good damn evening, Americans.
I actually look for his videos every day. And when he misses posting a day or two or more, actually, I start worrying about him and his family. He loves to barbecue, which is always a winner in Texas, but he also seems like the type of guy that you can hang out with, have a beer or whatever, and socialize, even without a political or cultural topic at hand. Not only is Mr. Green a veteran, but he is also another independent commentator that is so indie that he does all of his commentary from his car. Sometimes when he's driving somewhere, like as if you're carpooling with him, and sometimes when he takes his lunch break. Now that's dedication to the truth. You take your
State-mandated meal period, the only good thing California's giving.
to tell the people of the world the truth as only you can. Blunt and to the point.
I'm trying to tell you a story.
He's got a great laugh. And even as blue as he is verbally, he makes me laugh out loud. He's definitely not safe for work. He really drives home the need for the freedom of speech. I love listening to him because he feels about the same way as I do about celebrities. He's way better at nicknaming them, that's for sure.
Retardy B and Biden's perverted. Liver spotted demon David Nancy Pelosi. Al Sharp Tongue. Al Forked Tongue. So I mentioned LeBronica before. So she gets on Twitter. She hops right on Twitter. Who's LeBronica? LeBron James. But since he acts like a lady all the time, I call him LeBronica. So LeBronica hopped right on Twitter. Loco Cortez!
And this is essentially why he does his videos.
But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.
Now, before I go into the last person on my list that I'd like to highlight on this video, let me just give some honorable mentions to some of the other indies that I watch and listen to and enjoy watching and listening to. One can never forget about Tim Pool. I enjoyed watching him red pill himself and now continue to call out the propaganda that is cable, satellite, and woke news. Kudos to Tim Pool. The ever so cute Daisy Cousins. She's from Australia, but she seems to know American culture and politics way better than most Americans do. Plus, she is retro adorbs. I hate that, but she's very, very adorable, and I love her retro style. I'm also loving the vintageness of her style and her manner. Kudos to Daisy Cousins. I will be continuing to watch you. I also like Viva Fry. He's a Canadian litigator turned YouTube commentator, another vlogger from his car, and sometimes his ice hole.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Wow!
Okay, where was your mind? I think he talks faster than Ben Shapiro, but don't get me distracted. And of course, last but definitely not least by any means, is the stoner comic in his garage, Jimmy Dore.
I'm a pothead jagoff comedian who spent the last 25 years entertaining drunks in nightclubs. I stand by nothing I've ever said or done, and I'm not a respectable person.
Now, I absolutely don't agree with most of his politics, but when it comes to him calling out the failures and the lies from the folks who claim to represent us, and the mainstream media that coddles them, he's always right on the money. And he actually confirms a lot of thoughts and ideas that I've had about these people in charge, which is a total misnomer, for as long as I could understand anything political.
What's going on? You give money to AOC, and then she takes that money you gave her, and then she gives it to right-wing corporate Democrats. People who oppose the minimum wage, people who oppose Medicare for all, people who oppose student debt relief. She gives them money so they can get reelected. In other words, she has large grassroots support that give her money, and this is what she's doing with it. Isn't it also mind-boggling? It is for me to see Bernie Sanders sit there and tell everybody to vote for Joe Biden when everyone knows he's demented. This in the email today from Bernie, right? And it comes from the Democrats. And this is Bernie, though. It says, "My campaign for president may be over, but our struggle continues. That struggle begins with defeating Donald Trump, the most dangerous president in modern American history." Which, I gotta tell you, every time he says that, it makes me cringe. Because it makes him sound like a hack. And he's pretending Donald Trump is the problem instead of a symptom of the problem. And that just, it's such a misframing and it's such a hacky thing to do. Oh, he's asking you to don't. He's raising money for the party. It's confirmed. It's now been confirmed by some other jagoffs who lied to you on the regular. You know why it's unbelievable? Because it didn't happen. And guess what? We were able to debunk it in real time here in the Jimmy Dore studios with Aaron Mate and Ron Placone and Steph Zamorano. No trouble whatsoever. We were able to debunk it in real time. But Rachel Maddow, fake tough guy Lawrence O'Donnell, everybody at CNN, everybody at CBS, CNBC, none of them could get it right. Isn't that amazing? In fact, because now, how do we know? This is from the Daily Beast. U.S. intel walks back the claim that Russians put bounties on American troops. You're not getting relief because Nancy Pelosi is playing politics. She doesn't want to do something that would make Trump look good before the election. She's not helping you. And she asks, what are you going to do specifically? No, we're just going to keep making our case. Do you mean you're going to keep going on TV and talking? Yes! You're going to keep going on podcasts and talking about what a bad guy Donald Trump is? Yes! That's what she means! That's it! The most powerful person in the Democratic Party. The second most powerful person in the whole goddamn country. In the world, possibly. What are you going to do to get your agenda passed? Nothing. I'm going to go on TV and podcasts and talk about what a creep Donald Trump is.
He's also a very heavy advocate of free speech, which no matter your affiliation, as Americans, we should all get behind. And he also makes me laugh. He is really funny.
COVID-19 has had enforcing women out of the workforce.
And lots of men are getting less BJs because of it. And this is a crisis. We have a crisis at my border.
So, there you have it. Some of my favorites, indie commentators and folks that I enjoy listening to and would love talking to about just about anything, not just politics. Let me know in the comments if there's anyone that you think I should check out. Sorry if I didn't get to everyone, because in proofreading this script, I see that I left out quite a few. Perhaps I can do another highlight of the people that we should be listening to, rather than... I do hope that you enjoyed my video this week. If you'd like to help me continue working on these videos and make improvements and be able to do deeper analysis, please make sure that you support my work by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. A donation would be the ultimate, and you will receive a unique gift for your donations of my work. All my links are below. Click on some of them, will ya? Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my posts. And don't forget to come and follow me on the other platforms. I know, but you'll probably have to do that sooner or later anyway, so why not make the choice yours? Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Until next time!
Thank you.